Hello everyone, I hope everything is great. So in last video we learned how to create the HTML files and how to run those files in the browser. Today we learn the basic structure of HTML, how to structure the HTML files. So as you can see, this is our last HTML file that we created, and this is the browser view of this file, right? So today we learn what is the structure of HTML, right? So in HTML everything is wrapped in the HTML elements. What is HTML elements? Basically we start with angle brackets and the tag name, add some content here and close this tag name. So this complete line in HTML, we call this line as the HTML elements. There are a list of HTML elements that will create a block, an environment of HTML that run in a browser. So let's see some HTML elements. So there are various elements like the HTML. Every element we open, we must need to close that elements, right? Like this. There are some elements those does not have the content like the BR element. These type of elements we say empty element. Why? Because those elements does not have the content section, so we don't require to close this tag. We simply write this as this, so we know that this element is the empty element and it does not have the end tag. So this tag is called the start tag, where an HTML element starts. After that we have a content. Content is anything, maybe it's a URL, maybe it's a simple text, anything can be as a content. And at last we have the end HTML element. So by this browser knows that this tag is ended here, right? So let's go to our first HTML file, remove this text from here, save it, and when I refresh this file, this content is removed from here. So every HTML file have one root HTML element which we can see is the HTML. So this is the properties of this editor. It automatically like write the end tag of any element, so you don't need to write this again. If you are using some normal text editor like Notepad or Notepad plus plus, maybe you need to write the end tag manually. So this HTML element we call as the root element of the HTML file. In HTML, every HTML file, inside this HTML element we have two types of element. One is called the head element and second element is the body element. So this is the basic structure of every HTML file. If we save this HTML file and refresh here, nothing will happen here. Why? Because these HTML elements are processed by the browser, these tags are not shown in the browser window. These are only for the structure purpose, right? Until and unless we add some text here, we can't see anything in the browser window. If I save this now and if I refresh, you can see the text is displayed here. So anything that is returned as a HTML element not displayed in the browser site, वो browser पर दिखाई नहीं देगा. So now let's understand what is this head and what is this body element, right? So this body element is actual our area, and anything that we write in this body element, maybe those are some other HTML elements or maybe those are the simple text. All that text is displayed in the content area of the browser. वो सभी ब्राउज़र के इस कंटेंट एरिया में दिखाई देते हैं. और जो भी चीज़ anything else that is written in the head section, those basically are for giving the information of this HTML file. हेड के अंदर जो भी चीज़ें होती हैं वो इंफॉर्मेशन होती है HTML फाइल की. Those information can be visible in the browser as in the top bar, or those are internal purpose of this browser. So we can discuss those things on later videos. Let's simple first use the title element of head element. Now what is this title? If we give this title element and add some text here, let's see what happened. I save this file and refresh here. You can see this title is automatically displayed at the top bar of this file. That means this title will be shown in the browser as the top bar, or we can say as the title of this page. So the purpose of this title tag is shown in the top bar of the browser window. You can see here if we write something else, it automatically rendered here, right? If I remove this, then that is updated also here, right? And anything that is written in this body tag is displayed in the content section of this browser window. Let me add a dummy text here. Save this file, refresh here, and as you can see the text are displayed here. So every HTML file have this basic structure. Let me show this in the text editor. So this is the basic structure of an HTML file. This is the root element. Then we have another tag. These are two child of the root HTML element, right? ये दोनों child होते हैं HTML element के. So this structure we need to remember every time whenever we need to create a new HTML file. हम जब भी एक नई HTML फाइल बनाते हैं तो हमें इस स्ट्रक्चर को हमेशा याद रखने की ज़रूरत है और हमें यही स्ट्रक्चर फॉलो करना है. नाउ अगेन हम अगर बात करें हेड टैग की, if we talk about the head tag, it have some information of the page as well as the information of the title of page. We generally use the title tag here. and we add content section here that is displayed in the content area of this browser, and this title will display here. So that's all for this video. In next video we learn more elements that we return in the content section, and all this content section will be rendered in the browser content area. If you want, you can see this, and that's all for this video. Thanks.